I'm from Eram, about 14 miles east of Okmulgee. From Eram, we moved to Tulsa, and I went to school there at Tulsa Central. I graduated there, and from there I went into the military. I had been in the National Guard for 2 years before I went into the Army. And I was only 16 when I went in the Army. Had to loxy a little bit, but everybody did back then. Me and my cousin Jimmy Alexander, Jimmy wasn't no taller than the gun. So yeah, we went in pretty young. While I was in Korea, I was in the 7th Cavalry, and we patrolled the DMZ and Nightmare and Bowling Alley Range. From the Army, I went overseas to Korea. It was a long ship ride. There's about 800 of us, and we crossed over. It took about 18 days getting there, and I was sure glad to get back on land. We were up in the mountains, and it would get terribly cold, and you eat a lot of sea rations, and you didn't really take your sea rations and put them under your arms before you went to bed, where everything would freeze overnight, and even you, if you didn't watch it, it was quite an experience, I'm guaranteeing you. And so after we went through a year of that, well, they sent us home. We've worked in Sunday school teaching for the past 20, 25 years, I guess. We came down to help work in the Indian churches, and we had several occasions to work in different churches, and now we're working in a church in the city. Every Christmas, the family gets together, and I tell them the Christmas about Jesus' birth, and they all remember that, and they're all grown now, and the grandkids are going through it now. I tell them the same story I told our kids, and they still enjoy it. Matter of fact, they kind of look forward to it. When I was in Indian school at Uchee, growing up, the matron would have us repeat the Lord's Prayer every night after we got through with our work detail, and we would shine our floors. We had old army blankets, and we'd shine the floors, or some days we'd be out in the field working, picking turnips, or we had our time with working in the field, and we all had duties to do, and I refer back to them sometimes, me and my brothers, and we all just have a big laugh. And we'd eat there and sleep there, and well, we'd make our get up early in the morning, make our beds, and then we'd go to the chow hall. I'm thankful for the Lord has carried me through all of this. You know, it hadn't been easy. Anybody that's been to an Indian school knows it wasn't easy, because there's always kids ready to fight on the school ground, and that's where I got most of my training. and, and I've seen a lot of the kids that have went there, a lot of them have died. We only got about, we have a Uchi reunion, and there's only about 15 of us about to show up out of all them kids. Most of them have died out. But that was a time that everybody remembers. If you're in Indian school, you'll remember all those times.